I'm only going to open one, okay? A book? About a magic box. That certainly is a surprise, as one would never indulge in such fantasy. That was always Father's sort of thing. Well, too bad for Mom. I'm gonna read it anyways. What do you think? Good. I knew you'd be on board. Chapter 1. 3 books from the 21st century. How exciting. A story about the future. I always love stories about the future. Well, you knew that. Okay, so.
The curtain drops and the screen goes black. Until the image of a toy soldier is seen. A young man named James lies in his bed, unable to sleep. If it wasn't for the sounds of the deep night, it'd be his feeling of self-doubt keeping him up. For James is what's known as a creative, a starving artist, in this case a failed artist. Attempted to make his first big film, but lost his motivation. Now he lives in the woods and avoids confrontation. This is where his story begins. James pauses before opening the box, for aware of what knocks. but after much thought, he gives it a shot. Congratulations, you have discovered the cache. Now here's how it works. You can take any item out of the box, but you must replace the item with something of your own. And finally, you must return the box back to its original location. Thanks for participating. It was the camera he had as a kid, the inspiration for all that he did. So James opened the screen and pressed play on the scene. His first film ever made. It might not have been great, but the memories still hold lots of weight. Now we meet Zack, who has everything he could ever ask for. See, he inherited a large sum of money after his grandparents passed away. But in the aftermath of all this, he finds himself spending his days alone. He forgot to trust. All he needs now is a reminder in the form of a magic box.
Can you please give me a call back when you get the chance? I'm wondering how you're doing, dude. I really mean it, okay? Just call me back. See you, man.
The feeling everyone gets after seeing what the box has to show them is different. In Zack's case, he no longer felt the amount of money he had would matter to him or anyone. So he wrote a blank check for an undisclosed amount and put it in the box. Because maybe out there someone can use it more than him. Now this story isn't about a man trying to overcome himself, but of a man struggling to overcome the situation thrust upon him. See, his 9-year-old son, James, is very ill. He'll die unless he can get the proper treatment, which he can't afford. But nothing in this book is ever quite as cut and dry as that. In fact, you probably already see where this is going. And he stares off into the sunset, knowing his son James will be okay. He will live on to explore his creativity and even befriend the reason he lived in the first place. The end.
Well, I don't want to spoil it all in one night. One chapter's enough. I promise we'll read more tomorrow. No, that box can't be real. It's just too perfect. Nothing's ever so perfect. Never.